What makes a good life? Is it pleasure, wealth, fame? 2,400 years ago, Aristotle had a different answer, and it might just change how you see everything. This is the story of virtue ethics. Aristotle asked one simple question: what is the ultimate goal of human life? He called it eudaimonia, often translated as happiness. But it's much deeper than that. Think of it as human flourishing, living well, doing well, being your best self. Not just feeling good, but being good. Aristotle believed every action we take aims at some good. We eat to satisfy hunger. We study to gain knowledge. We work to earn money. But what's the final goal behind all goals? Eudaimonia, the complete, flourishing life. So how do we achieve it? Aristotle had a clever approach. He called it the function argument. Everything has a purpose, a function. A knife's function is to cut. A good knife cuts well. An eye's function is to see. A good eye sees clearly. So what's the human function? What makes us uniquely human? Aristotle said rational thought. Our ability to reason sets us apart. Therefore, a good human life means using reason excellently, living according to virtue. But what exactly is virtue? Aristotle identified two types. First, intellectual virtues, things like wisdom, understanding, and prudence. These come from teaching and experience. Second, moral virtues, things like courage, generosity, and honesty. These come from habit and practice. You become brave by doing brave things. You become generous by being generous. Virtue is like a skill. A musician doesn't become great overnight. They practice. They build habits. The same applies to character. We become virtuous through repeated virtuous actions. Here's where it gets interesting. Aristotle introduced the golden mean. Virtue lies between two extremes. It's the middle path between excess and deficiency. Let's take courage as an example. Too little courage? That's cowardice. Too much courage? That's recklessness. True courage sits perfectly in the middle. Consider generosity. Too little? You're stingy. Too much? You're wasteful. The virtuous person gives the right amount to the right person at the right time. This isn't about being average or mediocre. It's about finding the appropriate response. The mean is relative to each situation. Courage in battle differs from courage in conversation. This requires practical wisdom. Aristotle called it phronesis, the ability to judge what's right in each moment. Here's what makes virtue ethics unique. It's not about following strict rules. Unlike always tell the truth or never steal, virtue ethics asks a different question. Not what should I do, but what kind of person should I be? Focus on character, not just actions. A virtuous person naturally does the right thing. They don't need a rule book. Their character guides them. Think of it like this. A rule says, help people in need. Virtue ethics asks, am I a compassionate person? The action flows from who you are. Character comes first. Actions follow. Aristotle believed we can't flourish alone. Friendship is essential to the good life. He identified three types of friendship. Friendships of utility, based on mutual benefit. Friendships of pleasure, based on enjoyment. And friendships of virtue, based on mutual respect and goodness. The highest form is a virtue friendship. Friends who inspire each other to be better. They share values and encourage growth. These friendships are rare but invaluable. We become like the people we spend time with. Choose friends who reflect your best self. So, how do you actually live this way? Start with self-awareness. Examine your habits, your choices, your character. Are you becoming who you want to be? Practice deliberate action. Before reacting, pause and think, what would the virtuous person do here? Learn from role models. Find people who embody the virtues you admire. Study their choices, their character. Be patient with yourself. Building virtue takes time. You'll make mistakes. That's part of growth. The goal isn't perfection. It's continuous improvement. Aristotle's wisdom still speaks to us today. The good life isn't about pleasure or success. It's about character, about virtue, about flourishing. It's asking daily, who am I becoming? Start small. Build good habits. Find the golden mean in your actions. Surround yourself with good people. The path to eudaimonia begins with a single choice. What will yours be? Thanks for watching. Subscribe for more philosophy content.